Okay, I have no idea what happened. The internet randomly decided to crap itself out for no reason. Uh, and now I gotta make a part two. Because otherwise the stream is gonna end on its own. So, God bless it with this dang internet, man. I hate it. Like, I don't understand why my internet just took a crap. Right now there's an injury timeout, so I'm not missing anything play-wise. Just gonna do it on here because it's easier, even though it may slow it down. I gotta re-promote everything again. Bear with me, folks. I'm trying to get this done quick before they return from the TV timeout for the injury. Okay. Actually, I'm going to do a little more here. A few more places. Can't do it there, of course. All right, that's good enough. That's good enough. We'll move on. All right, so 2nd and 3. They're at the 8-yard line coming out of the timeout. Here is Hampton down to the 10, and he's going backwards. Well, momentum got halted. And all right, 3rd down and 4. They're backed up to the 9. Herbert is thinking about running it now, is going to throw it away as he had a lot of pressure right in his face. Wow. All right, so it's 4th down. And do the Chargers take a field goal, or do they just decide to be risky here? Let's see what call they make here. They're going to bring out Dicker, the kicker, for a 27-yard attempt. All right, so this is to get the Chargers on the board. Excuse me. Good snap, good hold, and it is good. All right, so Cameron Dicker makes a 20-plus yard attempt, and the Chargers get on the board. 14-3, the current score. Wow. Chargers are able to cash in on the pick, but just for 3 points. So, not much they were able to do there. All right. Vicker ready to kick this away to the Texans. 6:10 left in this first half. All right. I should mention Dicker's the Walter Payton Man of the Year nominee, so they highlighted some of his noteworthy moments as the nominee. And kick is away. Here's Noel on the return. Cutting back to the left and forced out of bounds at the 23-yard line, and that'll be where the Texans will start their next drive. So, should mention the other game we are doing tonight. After this game, the Ravens and the Packers will face off in exclusive Peacock game. And, oh, Jesus. Well, there was the injury. Lassiter, another massive name of that Texans defense, headed to the locker room. Hand off to Jordan, only picks up 3 yards on that first down carry. Brings up second down. C.J. Stroud was red hot at the start of the game. Now has had a hard time trying to find his rhythm. Chargers defense started to step up a little bit here in this second quarter. 2nd and 6. Back to Jordan. Through the middle, picks up a first down at the 37. So Jordan able to move the chains. Texans will pick up another first down, and we're coming up on 5 minutes left to go in this second quarter. And I believe the Chargers will get the ball to start the second half. Now from the 37. Hand off to Marks and nowhere to go. Wow. Lost the 2 as he was just immediately blasted. Gets the handoff, and then 2 defenders wrapped him up. So now it becomes a 2nd and 12. Quick throw from Stroud. Pass is caught. And Noel makes the catch, but he's only able to pick up well, he actually picks up a respectable gain. It's now 3rd and 4, under 4 to go in this first half. From the 42. Pressure on Stroud. Pressure in his face. Throws incomplete. Intended for Woody Marks. Nobody even... He had pressure right in his face. I think, wow, Khalil Mack just unblocked on his way to try to bring down Stroud. So now the Texans will have to punt this again as it goes to the Chargers. Fair catch called at the 13-yard line. Chargers started 3-0, winning all 3 wins against the AFC West. 6-1 record in one-score games. And if they win out, they will win the division. Jim Harbaugh, first head coach in Chargers team history, with 11 wins in each of his first 2 seasons with the team. All right, first down for the 13. 3:19 left in the quarter. Herbert with time. Throws to his left. And is caught for the first down. Quentin Johnston near the 30. They'll pick up a first down at the 29. Under 3 to go. First down from the 29. Herbert flips to Hampton, and that was not a good decision at all. All kinds of Texans defenders were ready to wrap him up and bring him down well behind the line of scrimmage. Second and 15. They don't have to run the play here. They can run it down to the 2-minute warning. And it looks like they will run it down to the 2-minute warning. So 2 minutes remaining in the first half. Chargers looking to try to get something done. I will be right back. Okay. It's got a heap of dirty laundry, the last load of it at least, out of the way here in this room. Slowly but surely cleaning it up here. I'd say it looks a lot better here. All right, 2nd and 15 coming out of the 2-minute warning. Herbert with time will run and takes a bit of a late hit. Some of the Chargers players retaliating, but no flag because the hit, at least from my vantage point, looked legal. Yep. He was hit while he was still in bounds, so that is a legal hit. They can argue all they want, but it's a legal hit. Legal play. Both feet of Herbert were still in bounds, so the hit was legal. 3rd down and 13 from the 26. Herbert going to air it out. He's got Johnson! Down inside the 15 of the Texans! Oh, their first big play of the game! Wow! What a throw! He had Quentin Johnston in stride, and the Chargers are now within striking distance of the end zone. All the way to the 14-yard line. Herbert looking, it's tipped in the air, and it's intercepted. Azeez Al-Shaair. Just when they had gained a massive stride of momentum, Al-Shaair rips it away, and the Texans will take over. Wow. Right after that big play to Johnston. Off the hands of Gadsden, into the hands of Al-Shaair, and Houston will take over. The problem, though, with the interception from Al-Shaair is that he has pinned the Texans at their own 1-yard line. So this drive won't be necessarily easy in terms of starting field position. Texans take over from the 1. 1:06 left. They try a run. And a gain of only 2 as the Chargers lose their first timeout. Second and 8 from the 3. Stroud back to Marks. Marks on the left side picks up a first down inside the 20 to the 23. Woody Marks gives the Texans some breathing room. And we have an injury on the Chargers. Well, not an injury on the Chargers side, but we have an injury on the Texans offensive line. Ed Ingram, the guard, is hurt for the O-line of Houston. Texans burn their first timeout. as we are inside 2 minutes. I think I saw it on the last replay. Yep. Got bent way back in an awkward angle as he was just inside a swarm of large bodies on that O-line. He was all kinds of pinned up and bent that way, and it looked awkward. Ingram now making his way to the sideline under his own power. First down from the 22. Straddle throw, passes incomplete for Dalton Schultz. Second down, throwing again, and that one is intercepted! Oh! My God, what on earth were they thinking throwing? Elijah Molden with the interception for LA! And the Chargers are back in business! Wow, Stroud throws his second interception of the game right into the hands of Molden. Intended for Christian Kirk, but Molden was there first. Wow. Should have tried running it. I don't know why they thought that throwing it would be a better idea. Now because of this, the Chargers take over deep in Texans territory. Wow. From the 32, 45 seconds left in the half. Herbert throws to his left. Wide open is Quentin Johnston, and they pick up a first down right out of the gate. As I didn't put the down counter on the last play, but I digress. Steps out of bounds with 40 seconds to go in the half. First down for the 21. 40 seconds left. Herbert under pressure. Escapes and now gets sacked. Flag is down as well. Flag is... Oh, Lord have mercy. Herbert got sacked way backwards, but there was also a flag thrown. Wow. That is a big call. A personal foul. It's tripping on the Texans. Have to distance to the goal and an automatic first down for the Chargers. And Autry 96 grabs the leg of Herbert to force him into a 360 tackle. So that now gives the Chargers a first and goal with 33 seconds left. Actually, I take that back. It's a first down at the 10. Herbert in trouble. He loses the football. And he's backed up to the 19-yard line. Herbert recovers the fumble so they keep possession, but they are going backwards. Everything that could go wrong for them is going wrong. So I think now they're going to be forced to use their second timeout. A loss of 7 in that sequence. So it's 2nd and 17, 25 seconds left. And the Chargers are yet again in a heap of trouble. Backed up to the 19. Here is Herbert. Throws to his left. Johnston's got the catch, and he steps out of bounds. And it's a gain of only 2 as the Chargers now burn their final timeout to avoid the clock running. And apparently Johnston was pushed backward while going out of bounds. And if that happens, the clock keeps running. You have to be moving forward as you're stepping out. So they had to burn their final timeout because of that. Third and 14. Herbert out to his right. Throws it to Disley and he steps out. They're just going to go for the field goal. Wow. So we're going to bring out Dicker the kicker again. 32-yard attempts by Dicker the kicker. And this is no good. Dicker misses wide right. Wow. So much for being Dicker the kicker if he can't even make a 30-plus yarder. What the heck? Against all inconceivable odds, Dicker misses the kick, and it remains an 11-point lead for the Texans. Stroud will just take a knee, and we're going to halftime, man. What the heck just happened in this last 2 minutes? Wow, dude, man. I can't believe what we just witnessed in this 2-minute drill. Keep in mind, a lot is on the line here. If the Chargers have to win out if they want to win the division in the AFC West. For the Texans, They simply have to beat the Chargers, and they clinch a playoff berth. But yeah, I don't know what I don't know what the heck we just witnessed in this the last 2 minutes of this first half. But all right, I'm gonna step away, and I'll see you guys in the second half. However, I will keep an eye on chat just in case somebody does happen to raid me. So I'll keep an eye on chat. If I get raided, I'll come back on. Otherwise, I'll see you guys in the second half. Okay, we're back, and we're ready to roll into the second half. All right, Chargers will start with the ball, and I'm not going to lie to you, they had a couple opportunities with some interceptions, but they have not been able to capitalize. All right, here's the kickoff by Fairburn, and away we go, and we continue from SoFi. Boop. There we go. Chargers will start from their own 35 as they take a touchback. Last two games against the Texans, not very great. 4 interceptions in the wild card game last year. Well, today, threw an interception, 10 completions for 123 yards. On the wild card, he had 14 completions for 242 yards. Texans have apparently been his kryptonite. First down from the 35. Herbert is going to run for it. Slides for a gain of 8. Second and 3 from the 42. Give to Hampton. No! Swarmed up. Going backwards. No gain. Third down and 4. Herbert escaping. Throws. Caught and dropped. Incomplete for Gadsden, man. He had it. He had Gadsden in stride, but he lost it at the end and couldn't secure it. And the Chargers are going to have to punt. I believe they went 3 and out to start this second half. Wow. And it's a punt to the Texans. Noel Fair catches it at the 15. And it's the same old, same old. All right, first down from the 15 for the Texans as they start their opening drive of the second half. Here's Jordan, wrapped up for no gain. Whew. So no gain by Jordan. Second down. Stroud under pressure. Gets it to Schultz. Gets away from some tackles. Schultz with running room gets a first down inside the 30. Oh my God. And apparently the ball came out and I didn't even notice. Oh, that's out. Oh, how did I not see that? Wow, apparently Schultz lost it. Wow, and apparently he does not pick up the first down as Schultz fumbles it. It goes backwards and it goes out of bounds. So it's only a gain of 6. 3rd and 4. Stroud broke it up. Wow, and that fumble and that backwards fumble that went out of bounds ended up making the difference as now Houston goes 3 and out. Dang. And the crazy sequences continue in LA. So now the Texans have to punt this back to the Chargers. Here is the kick. Here's McConkey from the 25, trying to escape, and only down to the 29. Okay, I don't know what the hell just happened to my YouTube client, but now apparently I can't even. Okay, there we go. Good lord. Apparently I couldn't, after pausing a video in full screen, I couldn't hit the play button for some reason. I had to restart the app just to fix that crap. Ugh. And if you noticed, I did actually put the new Texans logo in the thumbnail rather than the old one that I've used up until this game, because I completely forgot that their colors rebranded. Now it's no longer blue and red; it's like a black and red, if you will. So that'll be the logo I'll use for future Texans games. I don't know why, but my left eye has been twitching nonstop for the past 2 days. Okay, well, non-stop. It's stopped at times, but most of the time it's been twitching It's been twitching constantly. I don't know what the hell I've got going on the left eye. It's just the left one. It's not twitching now, but all right. First down for the 30. Here's Herbert. Runs into his own man and gets sacked. Dang. And the defensive dominance just keeps going. 2nd and 15 after the sack. Herbert sacked again! Derek Barnett bringing down Herbert for the second straight time in this drive. Or I should say for the second straight sack of this drive. There's a reason why Herbert's the most sacked quarterback of this league. Wow, all of a sudden it's now 3rd down and how much? 22, good Lord. Herbert to Hampton, a long way to go and not even close, down to the 25. Dang. Another 3 and out for the Chargers. Meanwhile, a few tensions flaring at the end of the play, but they de-escalate quickly. And the Chargers will have to punt. Here's the kick. And it'll go out of bounds, and where are they going to mark it at? That might be deep in Houston, or that might be deep in Chargers territory. I don't know. Well, I'll be right back. I got laundry to replace. I think I missed just one play, and it was a gain of 4. Okay. All right, second and 6 from the 43. Stroud out to his right. Throws. It is caught by Nico Collins. Collins tight-roping down the sideline and out of bounds for a first down. On the catch and run by Nico Collins. Move those chains for the Texans. Taking it to the Chargers' 20-yard line is Nico Collins. Here's Knoll on the reverse. Flag is down as Knoll picks up 8. And Nico Collins gets flagged for offensive holding. So make it 1st and 20. First and 18. Marks. Wrestled down at the 30. Second and 19. Stroud to Kirk. Nowhere to go. Wrestled down behind the line of scrimmage again. Third and 23. Stroud throws to Hutchinson, who's got a long way to go, and will be down to the 23, nowhere near enough for the first down. All right, here's Fairburn. Fairburn from 41 yards. And it's good. That's points for me because he's my kicker in the fantasy championship. 40 yards out gives the Texans a 14-point lead. I believe that's worth 4 points for me because it was a 40-plus yarder. Let me take a look. Yeah, 4 points. I'll take it. All right, be quiet. Commercials, I don't give a about All right, here is the kickoff to the Chargers. Here's the return. Threading the needle and picking up a big return inside the 35. Chargers will have some good field position on this drive, but the offense has just not been able to find their rhythm. They've had some bright spurts, but nothing beyond that. On first down, Herbert going to try to run, and he gets brought down to the 39. All right, second down and 8. Pressure on Herbert. They get him again! Except there's a flag. So hang on. And the Texans were offside. Well, or no, it's actually still second down. Oh, yep. He was a little too gutsy. Jumped early. So now it becomes a 2nd and 3 after the offside. Hampton, no. Nowhere to go. Third down and 3. From the 43, Herbert pitches it. It's going to be caught for the first down. It's Keenan Allen to the 39-yard line of Houston. First down from the 40. Herbert airing it out. Incomplete for Quentin Johnston. Well out of his reach. Second down. And they fumble on the snap, and Herbert gets back on it, but they go backwards again. Oh, man. Nothing going right for the Chargers at all. Third and 14. Backed up to the 44. Herbert will run. Long way to go. but he's going to get it, and he's still up. Out of bounds at the 16-yard line for the first down. Wow, what a run. Even trucking a man to pick up the first down. Just absorbing a hit like it's nothing. And still going. Is that... Oh, good Lord, another name of that Houston defense is down. And Derek Stingley Jr. was down for the Texans defense. He gets up and heads to the sideline under his own power and running towards there. It's a first down for the Chargers. First down from the 16. Herbert, Hampton, room running out, and will only get 3 as he's forced out of bounds. Under 2 to go in this third quarter. Last I should mention is back out there. Doesn't look like he sustained any kind of serious injury, so he's back on the field. Herbert on 2nd and 7, keeping it. Redirecting traffic. Sidearm throw, it's incomplete! Gadsden, the intended receiver, and Lassiter damn near picked it off. I gotta look at this again, man. It was so close to being picked. Oh, man! Ooh! It was a 50-50 ball. Either one of them could have come away with it. 3rd and 7. Herbert throws as he's hit, and it's caught! How did he find Johnston for the first down? But a flag is thrown. Indication is it's a hold on the Texans. So the catch is going to stand, but how on earth did Herbert stay up and keep it alive? That was insane. It looked like he was going to get sacked yet again, stayed on his feet, and threw it to Johnston. At the 5. Penalties declined. It's 1st and goal for the Chargers. From the 5. Hampton up the middle will try to get it in and will not quite get in. Brought down inside the 1-yard line. Currently in the final minute of the third quarter. The game clock is about 12 seconds ahead of the play clock, so they have to run another play before they can end the quarter. 2nd and goal. Second and goal from the 1. Herbert keeping it. End zone. Touchdown. They did it. Gadsden with the catch. Chargers cut their deficit down to 1 score. They finally end their touchdown-less drought of this game, as Herbert found Gadsden wide open in the back of the end zone for the score. It took them a while, but it took damn near 3 quarters, but they get the touchdown they needed. Extra point by Dicker is good, and all of a sudden, we got a game. 17-10. Oh, buddy. Can the Texans pull this up? Or can the Chargers pull this comeback off? All right, I'm going to go get water because my voice is already cracking, as you could hear. Be right back. All right. Fill this up. You can see there's ice in there. All right. So here's the kickoff to the Texans. 13 seconds left. Return from the 1. And down to the 25. Met up with a wall of Chargers players that were not going to let him get past that 25-yard line. So that'll be where Houston will start their next drive. Oh, jeez. The water's leaking out. All right, first down from the 25. Final 6 seconds of the quarter. Jordan with the run. And only a gain of 2 as the third quarter comes to an end. All right, let me see who that Jordan running back is. Jawar Jordan. Got it. Jawar Jordan. Okay. All right. Texans will have a 2nd down and 8 when the fourth quarter starts in just a moment. All right, so the standings as we have them right now. Broncos are at 1, Patriots at 2, Jags at 3, Steelers at 4, Chargers at 5, Bills at 6, Texans at 7, Colts and Ravens are in the hunt. But if the Ravens lose to the Packers later tonight, they're out. All right, 2nd and 7 for Houston as we start the fourth quarter. Stroud throwing it up and incomplete for Hutchinson. Now a 3rd down and 7 coming up for the Texans. Oh boy. Third and 7 from the 28. Pressure on Stroud. Hit as he throws. Incomplete for Knoll. There is a flag down. And it's roughing the passer on the Chargers. Automatic first down for the Texans. Wow, they're crazy to think that was the Chargers' first penalty of the game. It's a massive one here. First down from the 42-yard line. Hand off to Marks. He'll take it down to the 45. 2nd and 7. Catch by Schultz, but tackled at the line of scrimmage. And it's 3rd down and mid again. Third and 7. Stroud under pressure. Throws it up. Incomplete for Collins. And this time there are no flags that can negate it. It's 4th down. The Texans have to punt. Oh, good Lord. Big stop by the Chargers. Forcing Stroud to have to throw that football away. And now, Chargers with a chance to potentially tie, but they got to go the length of the field. Punt nearly blocked by the Chargers, but it gets off cleanly. Oh, ball takes a bounce. And the Texans down it at the 1. Wow, so if the Chargers want to tie this up, they got to go the literal length of the field. All right, 1st down, they moved it to the 2, but they're still pretty much going to have to go the length of the field if they want to tie this up. Herbert throws. Hampton in trouble. And forward progress will pin him at the 1, but they're still going backwards. Second and 11. They're backed up to the 1. Herbert from his end zone. Going deep. Too far for Quentin Johnston. He had the right idea. He just threw it too far. Third down and 11. Herbert stepping back. I don't know if that was a legal pass or not. Disley with the catch in the first down. But was that a forward pass past the line of scrimmage? Now they're going to throw the flag. Well, they pick it up. They say Herbert was still behind the line. He was in midair when he threw it. Oh, my God. Wow, he never once crossed the line of scrimmage, so it is a legal forward pass. They will pick up the first down at the 19. Handoff and no. Gain of only 1 by Thompson, the RB2. Second and 9. Herbert throws. It's incomplete. Lassiter tried to pick it up while it went out of bounds, and it did not work. Third and 9 coming up. All right, third and 9. Herbert with pressure. Throws in. It's going to be caught, but nowhere near enough. Hampton only gets 1 yard. Texans get a stop. And the punt will go out of bounds. It'll still be in the Texans side, but oh boy, you have some good field position. I'm sorry, what? Oh, good God. 21 minutes away from the... Dude, are you serious? 6:30 my time. There's still 10 minutes left in this game. Gotta be kidding me. First down from the 45 for the Texans. Here's Woody Marks. Solid gain of 9 at best. Depend on the spot. Second and 1, and he will get it. First down. "20 minutes away from the second game, and there's still under 10 to go here. What the heck?" First down, hand out to Marks. Woody Marks gets 7. Second and 3 from the Chargers 36. Flag is down. Marks on the handoff. Nowhere to go. Indication is that it's offside of the Chargers, and it is. That is going to give the Texans a first down. From the 31. Woody Marks gets blasted on the handoff. Khalil Mack. Khalil Mack with a rack attack on Woody Marks. Boom! Laying the blow on him and bringing him down. Wow. What a hit. Second and 14 from the 35. And off to Jordan. Jawar Jordan. Able to make up the lost yardage and pick up more. All right, third down and 5 coming up. Third and 5. And the Texans are going to use their first timeout as they wouldn't have been ready in time. So, what's at stake? If the Texans win, they'll clinch a playoff berth and keep the division title hopes alive. If the Chargers win, they can win the division next week against Denver. Third and 5. From the 26. Stroud. Pressure. Hit as he throws. Incomplete for Noel. No flags are down, and the Texans are going to have to go for the field goal if they want to build the lead back up to 2 scores. So they may have to bring out Fairburn for the field goal. "44-yard attempts by Kaimi Fairburn to extend the lead to 10 points. Fairburn's kick is good. More fantasy points for me. Another 4 for Kaimi Fairburn. So Fairburn's up to 10 points for me. All right, here is the kickoff to the Chargers. All right, here is the kick. The return. Blasted at the 25! Oh! All right. 6:24 left in this game. And the quiet receivers have been Keenan Allen and Ladd McConkey. Ladd McConkey hasn't been targeted at all today. And Allen's had 1 reception for 17 yards on just 3 targets. 2 of the star wide receivers for the Chargers are being kept in check. First down for the 25 with 6:24 left to go in this game. Herbert throws it up. Wide open. And speaking of, Ladd McConkey with his first catch of the game. And it's a big one as the Chargers are closing in on Texans territory. What a snag. Ladd McConkey making his first catch of the game. Practically wide open. Nobody near him. I should say they're now in Texans territory. That catch actually put them at the Texans 44. Under 6 to go. Herbert will run and get 3 on the carry. All right, I'm going to open up Peacock on another window here just so I don't miss anything here. Second down and 8. Herbert throws. Hampton's got the catch and just gets 1 yard. Oh, boy. 3rd and 8 coming up. Third and 6. Herbert is sacked! But a flag is down! Hang on, a flag is down on the sack! There was a flag thrown in around the 30 from what I'm hearing. Oh my God! Illegal contact on the Texans is going to give the Chargers a first down. Did I say Texans? I meant the Chargers. Illegal contact by the Texans will give the Chargers a first down. First down from the 35. Herbert throws over the middle. He's got a receiver. Gadsden for the first down. First and goal. Herbert, end zone. Incomplete for Keenan Allen. Taking as much water as I can. Second and goal. Herbert looking out to his right, directing traffic, cannot get out of the sack, and then takes a little bit of a late tackle after the fact. They do not throw a flag. And a flag is thrown in the end zone. And the indication is that it's against the Texans, and it will be on Houston. It's Al-Shaair with a late hit in the end zone, and that is going to give the Chargers a first down at the 5. First and goal from the 5. Herbert looking, throws, end zone incomplete. Had McConkey in the back of the end zone, and it went through his hands. All right, second and goal from the 5. Hampton on the handoff. He's in. Touchdown, Chargers. Omarion Hampton. A 5-yard run in for the score. The Chargers have cut their deficit down to 4. Here's the extra point by Dicker. He missed. Flag is down on the extra point, but Dicker missed it. There is a flag down on the extra point, so hang on. Oh! Wow! It is offside on the Chargers. It's declined. Dicker misses again. And it's a 4-point deficit instead of 3. So if the Texans get stopped somehow, the Chargers are going to have to go the length of the field rather than get into Dicker's field goal range. Wow. Dicker has missed 2 field goals this game. He's missed 1 field goal, and he's also missed an extra point. As he'll kick this away to the Texans. Return from the 4. Knoll. Down to the 26. All right. Texans take over from their own 26. 3:32 remaining. Marks on the handoff, stopped at the line of scrimmage, no gain. Chargers use their first timeout. Miscues today for the Chargers. They've had a missed field goal, a red zone turnover, and just a few moments ago, the missed extra point. Had Dicker made both of those kicks, we would have been tied. But instead, they're still down by 4. Second down, Stroud. Caught for the first down, it's Collins. Nico Collins to the 45. First down, Texans. $2:56 left. First down, Houston. Chargers are now on the bubble here in this game. They are in trouble. From the 45. Give to Marks. Wrapped up immediately. Chargers use their second timeout. Jesus. Do believe I may still have an hour left, but I'm not counting on that. They say kickoff begins at 7 my time for the Packers-Ravens game, but okay. Or I should say the Ravens-Packers game. Second and 12. Marks. Wrapped up again. Only a gain of 4. It'll be third down, and the Chargers burn their final timeout. Like I said earlier, a win for the Texans will clinch a playoff berth for them, and it'll keep their AFC South division title hopes alive. If the Chargers win, they can win the division next week against Denver. A big 3rd and 9 for the Texans coming up. 2:32 remaining. Stop from the Chargers can run it down to the 2-minute warning and they could still have a chance. But they have to stop him here. 3rd and 9 from the 46. Stroud, pressure, sacked! They got him! But there's a flag! Illegal contact on the Chargers. Give Houston a first down. On Xavier Hutchinson. The defender that covered him contacted him illegally. That's the 3rd Chargers penalty of the game, and that one is big. Hand off to Woody Marks, looking to put the dagger. Two-minute warning is upon us, folks, and the Texans are looking to ice it. Okay, so yeah, it's looking like the game won't start till 7 my time, so there'll be plenty of time to wrap up the this game and then move on to the Saturday night game between the Ravens and the Packers. Oh man. So I'm keeping an eye on Peacock right now, and they are doing the Football Night in America pregame show. So Yeah, it is gonna be a bit before the game actually kicks off. Second and 2 from the 41 of the Chargers. Give to Marks. He's got the first down, and the Chargers cannot stop the clock. A gain of 3 by Woody Marks, and the Texans are very well on their way to clinching a playoff spot and keeping the division title hopes alive. And with a few kneel downs by C.J. Stroud, it is going to be over, folks. And the Broncos fans can celebrate. Broncos fans, Broncos country, you've done it. With this Chargers loss to the Texans, the Denver Broncos have won the AFC West. And in addition, with the Colts losing to the Niners earlier, they needed the Chargers to win, and the Texans winning is not going to help their case either. The Colts are out, eliminated from playoff contention. And Phillip Rivers' return to Indy is going to be short-lived as they are out. And the Texans have clinched the playoff berth for a franchise record third straight season. And there you have it, folks. The Texans win, take care of business on the road against the Chargers, and have knocked the Colts out of the playoff picture. Ravens right now are on thin ice. They're the only team left in the hunt. And if the Ravens lose, we will have our 7 teams in the AFC conference in the postseason. That'll have clinched a spot. Because the Broncos have clinched the division with the Chargers losing. Chargers are still in the playoffs, but they're going to have a tough road ahead of them. Especially considering the fact that the Chargers are going up against Denver next week at Denver in Mile High. But, folks, we're going to go ahead and put this stream on ice. We're going to wrap it up here. We'll be back in about 20 minutes as we got ourselves a battle of the backups on Saturday night football. It's the Peacock Holiday exclusive game as the Baltimore Ravens, led by Tyler Huntley, take on Malik Willis and the Green Bay Packers. The Backup Bowl coming up in 20 minutes. For now, JC signing off. Thanks for watching. See you for the second game of this Saturday slate in just a few minutes. Peace out, everyone. We'll be right back.